Hey friends! In today's Muse 2 review, we'll be taking a look at the brainwave-reading meditation headband to see what it does, whether or not it really works, and who should or shouldn't buy the Muse 2. Because like any product, this is not going to be for everyone. But here's the thing. In the digital age of social media and the attention economy, our collective ability to focus is shot. So I've got a challenge for you. Do you even have the attention span to sit through this full video without clicking away or playing on your phone? If you manage to do that, drop a comment down below to claim your victory cookie, but if you can't, well, you really need to slow things down and start meditating. Also, there are some really valuable tips toward the end of this video that I do not want you to miss, so please try your best to stick around till then. Don't worry, we're gonna have fun today. Now, let's kick things off with a short video I made running through some of Muse's coolest features. I just got a brainwave sensing meditation headband called Muse 2. Let's check it out together. Ooh, it's called fashion, sweetie. Look it up. Okay, so this thing is supposed to read my brainwaves using EEG sensors, but we don't have to get into the nerd shit right now. Does it actually work? Well, here's my brain while meditating. And now I'm thinking about big juicy butts. So you tell me. Jokes aside, Muse is super easy to use with tons of day-by-day structured lessons and guided meditations. The app provides biofeedback by playing heavy rain when your thoughts are scattered or transitioning into chirping birds when you're calm and focused. Plus, it tracks your results and progress to help you stay on track and improve over time. If you want a Muse device of your own, check my links for the best deal possible or to watch my full review on it. Now, you might be wondering what Muse 2 actually is. I'm gonna make it real simple for you. On a technical level, the band itself is an EEG, PPG, accelerometer, and gyroscope all in one. This means that the sensors in the headband measure your brainwaves, heart rate, breathing, and movement. And we're not gonna unpack all that today, that's for the scientists to worry about, but what should be important to normal users like you and me is that Muse provides guidance, feedback, and performance tracking for our meditations. Because the problem with learning to meditate on our own is that it's often difficult to self-assess and determine whether we're even doing it right. Meditation can feel boring enough as it is, so we especially don't want to feel like we're wasting our time doing it wrong. But the Muse app plays audio that changes in direct response to your brainwaves, heart rate, breathing, or movement. So you actually get immediate biofeedback that gently encourages you to refocus when your mind starts to wander or become active. And this is actually way cooler than I'm making it sound. One way that Muse can do this is by playing rain sounds that get louder when our thoughts are scattered, or quieter with birds starting to chirp when our mind is calm. And I'll admit, when I first tried this, I was not great at it. I got a ton of loud rain that I initially found distracting, like a big "you" from Buddha. So I turned the volume down a bit until I got more comfortable after a few sessions, which is totally fine if you need to do that as well. But there's a lot more to explore in the Muse app. There are structured lesson plans that teach you all different kinds of meditations. There are biofeedback meditations that help you become more in sync with your mind, body, heart, or breath. And not in a woo-woo hippie type of way, these were actually some of the most valuable ones in my opinion. There are guided meditations that walk you through a certain theme or objective, like sleep, work, or motivation, which you can often listen to on the go without even using the headband. There are self-guided meditations where you can just hit the timer and go using rain or wind or another form of audio feedback to provide gentle guidance when your mind starts to wander. Overall, there are a ton of options to choose from in Muse's library, and I know that they'll definitely keep me busy for a while, but all of this is irrelevant if the device doesn't work as it claims to. So I had to put it to the test. Does Muse 2 actually work? Okay, so I was debating just how deep I should go into the research studies and tech in this video, but I know people bounce off my videos when I nerd out too much, so I'll just say this. I don't like wasting my time on shit products. So before I even considered trying Muse out, I scoured the internet to see what other people were already saying about it, and here's what I saw. People spoke highly of Muse on Reddit, and it had great review scores on Trustpilot, a site where most tech devices tend to get brutally ripped apart for having clunky apps or subpar customer service, so that looked good to me. Then I saw that apparently Muse's capabilities are legit enough that even NASA has used the devices as a more cost-effective alternative to more expensive EEG machines that can cost upwards of $80,000. But listen, I'm no neuroscientist or engineer, so I'm not the guy to unpack all the research for you. I'm just saying it looked legit enough to justify me giving it a try. But those of you guys who've been subscribed for a while already know that I'm a natural skeptic, so the first thing I did when my Muse 2 arrived was try to test it every which way to figure out if the data it was providing could be random, coincidental, or just plain bullshit. And my very first thought when looking at the brainwaves in real time was, I don't really know if this is changing with my thoughts or not. I mean, I could obviously see that facial movements like blinking would cause some interference and make the waves spike a bit, but I couldn't really do anything with my thoughts that would cause the graph to change in real time, at least not in a way that I could visually recognize. So I was starting to get nervous because, obviously I don't want to spend time reviewing products that don't work, otherwise you don't buy them and I don't make money from you using my incredible discount link down below. But I wasn't ready to give up just yet, so I kept on keeping on and used the device a few times each day, hoping that my progress reports might show some promise. After a few days of regular testing, I finally had my aha moment, and this came when I made the jump from 5-minute meditations to 10-minute meditations. Because at 5 minutes, my meditation sessions had been pretty smooth. I didn't have too much trouble staying focused, so I heard lots of birds chirping, telling me I was doing good. But when I jumped up to 10 minutes, oh boy, I ate shit like an 8-year-old attempting a kickflip. The first 5 minutes went smoothly as usual, but after that I could feel myself getting irritated and impatient. I wasn't used to meditating for so long and could feel my mind starting to wander, and I was fully aware that I was bombing and kind of even dozing off in the second half, despite the fact that I remained completely still with my eyes closed. But when I look back at my progress report for that meditation, all of my doubts about the legitimacy of Muse were resolved. Because I could clearly see the drop-off. Birds, 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 calm, calm, calm for the first half, complete and total lack of focus for the second half. The data perfectly reflected the mental state I knew I was in throughout that meditation. But if that anecdote doesn't convince you, I totally understand. The biofeedback exercises are immediately observable, and I think most people who try them would agree that they're pretty damn spot on. Seriously, if you're feeling skeptical about the technology, try those first and then tell us what you think. My 2 cents is that the Muse is definitely legit, but here's the thing I realized. Even if it wasn't as perfectly accurate as an $80,000 medical grade EEG, does it really matter? The fact is, it's gotten me into the habit of meditating. It's guiding me with lessons, motivating me with progress reports, and keeping me consistent with novelty and gamification. Ultimately, it's getting meditation to stick for me for the first time ever, and I think that is what's most important. But despite me thinking it's a valuable product, everyone has different needs and expectations, so let's talk about who should and shouldn't buy the Muse 2. Here's who should buy one. First up are people who have failed to start meditating in the past due to confusion or boredom. This is definitely where I land, and these are probably the people who need Muse the most, because meditation is as important as physical exercise, so if you've tried and failed in the past, maybe try again with Muse and see if it helps. You can always return it if it doesn't. Second are people who are just motivated by data, progress tracking, or gamification and awards. If you know you're someone who loves to keep a good streak going, and that'll help you stay consistent, this might be the motivator you're looking for. Third are people with anxiety, ADHD, or other mental health issues who are looking to improve their symptoms by learning to center themselves in times of stress. The heart and breath biofeedback meditations are incredible for this. Now, here's who shouldn't buy one. First, we've got people who want to move around or do walking meditations and are expecting to be able to do that with this. You can't. Too much movement will mess up your readings, just like blinking your eyelids rapidly will. Plus, you'll look like a total dweeb wearing this in public. So if that's what you're looking for, this isn't it. And the second person who shouldn't buy this are people with peculiar head shapes. I'm kind of joking, but not really. I thought Muse was really cool, so I wanted to show a friend of mine. And when she tried to put this on, the actual ends here, we couldn't get them to touch the side of her head while she was wearing it. They just kind of stuck out a little bit, and we just could not get a good reading on her for some reason. We kind of chalked it up to her just not getting enough tummy time as a baby. I don't know. Finally, I want to leave you guys with some super valuable tips before you start using Muse. These are things that I wish I had known sooner. Tip number 1 is to take the introductory lessons before exploring too much within the app. I know there's a lot and it's exciting, but those beginning lessons really build the foundations for helping you improve and do your early meditations right. Tip number 2, most meditations start with a 30-second baseline brainwave measurement. This baseline test will affect your readings throughout that session, so don't try to game it or you'll just be skewing your own results. Just sit calmly with your eyes closed and let your mind do whatever it wants to do. Don't try to manipulate that, or your results are not going to be consistently showing the progress that you want. And that leads us into tip number 3, which is to try not to get too competitive over improvements. Who really cares? Consistency is the name of the game here. It's okay to be lighthearted and playful sometimes. No one needs to see your results but you, and they really don't matter. Tip number 4 is to think of each meditation session as a trip to the gym. Basically, you're building the muscles of your mind. It's okay if your mind wanders halfway through, just like working out to failure in the gym. Even if you're calm just for 2 minutes of a 5-minute meditation, it's better than 0. You got some reps in. Just keep showing up and putting in the work. Even if you don't do perfect every time, you are improving. And tip number 5, this is kind of a big one, I think. If you hate subscription models like I do, don't worry about their optional subscription. It adds a few features and extra guided meditations, but this is by no means necessary. There is a ton of free content, and if you actually manage to get through it all and the habit sticks, then you can look into the subscription. But I promise it is absolutely not necessary to get a ton of value from your Muse. If I felt like a subscription was necessary for this product, that would be a major con for me, so I don't want you to worry about that too much. Conclusion time. Do I think Muse is for everyone? No. Do I think it could be an incredible tool for many people looking to get started or improve their meditation practice? Absolutely. Now, if you're thinking about buying a Muse device for yourself and you feel that this review was helpful and honest, and only if you feel it was helpful and honest, consider using my affiliate link down below to support the channel and to snag a sweet discount for yourself. It really helps, and I definitely appreciate it. Just speaking for myself, the Muse 2 is definitely something I will continue using even beyond filming this video for you guys, which is honestly rare for me to say. I feel like I'm finally meditating successfully and I have the habit consistent, so it's a very easy recommendation from me. And that's all I got for you guys today, so let me know what I missed down in the comments below.